Another day, another win for the New York Yankees. This looks like a completely different Yankees team after the last two games, where they lost the first game to the series against the Rays. They won yesterday in a walk-off by Clint Frazier, and they just won again by a score of 4-3. Jordan Montgomery started. He went 6 in the third, went into the seventh, but he got in a little bit of trouble. He did give up 3 runs, but only one of them was earned. He had 6 strikeouts. Overall, it was a solid day for him, and he kept the Rays at bay. Johnny Lasagna came in through 2/3 scoreless, and then Chad Green came in through a scoreless 8th, and Aroldis Chapman came in through a scoreless 9th with 2 more strikeouts. He did get a little bit of a hole in the beginning. He walked the first 2 guys, but after that he struck out the next 2 and then induced a ground out to end the game. But all in all, a solid win for the Yankees. Now they're up 2-1 in this series with Gerrit Cole on the mound tomorrow afternoon. So feeling better about this series than we did before. Feeling better about them heading into the next series against Boston at home. But the offense today, looking a little incrementally better. Gio Urshela hit an opposite field 2-run shot to put them up, and then Clint Frazier put them up 4-1 on a 2-run single up the middle. So Frazier's bat starting to heat up a little bit, and hopefully it continues that trend so that it's not just a little match. It actually turns into a little bit of a flame here. And Gio looked good today too. Yankees did draw some walks today on guys that don't normally draw walks, with Stanton and Sanchez, some of these other guys. So, but with that said, these 2 games are just a small snippet. They need to be more consistent overall. Okay, and I also want to credit Aaron Boone too, because a lot of people are calling for him to be fired and him to be fired and so on and so forth. But he manages, he keeps his cool when they're losing, and then he keeps his cool when they're winning. He doesn't get as fiery sometimes as some folks would like him to be, and I get that. But his temperament, is good for the team more than it is bad for the team, in my opinion. And so I do want to credit him for that, and keeping the Yankees kind of even keeled while the management and the organization makes the moves that they make. His job to manage the team. He isn't responsible for the moves that they make, so he has to work with whatever they give him. So, and then they also called up Brooks Kriske in the event that Montgomery didn't go very far. They wanted to give the bullpen another arm, so they did not call Chris Gittens or anybody like that. And the Yankees did acquire, to complete the Mike Tauchman trade, they did designate Mike Ford, so he's out, but they did acquire a power-hitting first baseman, 6'5", 23-year-old kid. That he does have some ridiculous power numbers, but he also has a significant injury history. So we'll see if he gets an opportunity to move up in the system. We'll see what happens there. And so that's the recap for the Yankees. It was a solid win. The pitching was solid. The bullpen came through again, and I like seeing Aroldis Chapman, dig himself out of holes. He hasn't been very good at that in the last couple years. He's been very good at it this year. And, there was a lot of, I call it JWS, and a lot of the other years, John Wetland syndrome. Because Wetland, in 96 especially, used to give us heart attacks. The Yankees would be up by 4. He'd give up 3 runs, and then load the bases, and then save the game. Like, if I had hair, I usually buzz my hair, but if I had hair, I'd be pulling it out all the time. But so it's nice to see Chapman getting back to his dominant self after 2 walks and really buckling down and shutting the game down. So, and he's having a phenomenal year. Hopefully he continues that trend. Hopefully the bats continue to wake up, and hopefully the Yankees make more of the right moves than the wrong moves moving forward in the next couple months and for the rest of the year. So, but I feel better about heading into the 4th game of the series tomorrow with Gerrit Cole on the mound than I did before that. So, and again, hopefully the Yankees bats will show up. Hopefully they show up early and give them some padding, and and I like to see these guys shutting down guys like Choi and Rosarena, and it's good to see. So, and I hope Gerrit does that same tomorrow. I think he'll pitch well. He's having a fantastic year, and he just needs a little bit more run support. I don't want these guys to Jacob deGrom him without and not give him any run support. And like DeGrom should be like 20-4 every year, but he's like 10-8 or something like that because he didn't get any run support. He'll give up 1 run, but the Mets will score none. So that's happened to him so many years. I don't want that to happen to Gerrit Cole, especially with the potential in this lineup. So hopefully these guys will start turning it around a little bit more significantly. But that's the recap. A solid win tonight for the Yankees, and again, feeling good heading into tomorrow. By the way, tomorrow morning I'm playing mock GM of the New York Mets, so be on the lookout for that one. I think you're gonna enjoy that. So, and then I'll do my recap after the PM game. So I'll talk to you next time.